Okay, so yeah. All right. Now kindly select this data, whatever we have from the advanced filter. Okay. I believe everybody is able to see my screen. People. Right. So you can copy that data and open a new workbook, new Excel file, leaving 3 to 4 rows from the top, leaving 3 to 4 rows from the top, paste it like this and remove this inlax and all. You can little bit expand the columns. Now close that corporate case studies file. All right. Now, once we have done with this, make sure only one Excel file alone is open on the screen. Rest of all the files is closed. Okay, because we are going to deal with some macros. So please ensure all of your workings or any other Excel file where you are working, it's saved and closed. Don't open, keep it open. So now I'm going to take you through this data. So what you need to do now, people, you can select the data headers, copy that, and 1 or 2 rows up, paste it. So here I'm going to do some colorful changes so that you can differentiate everything over here. So I'm gone to home, cell styles, and did all these changes. So there in the top, we'll be making a cell as called total. So we have done the same in our day 2. Yes, day 2, we did it. The home tab, cell styles, yeah. Okay, and then next to the total over here, type a formula equal to subtotal, equal to subtotal. So we have to use a formula number called 9 for sum formula. Okay, comma. Then where to apply the sum? The sales column completely. You can select, and it will be showing me 1,75,375. So this is what the action we did. So please confirm everybody has done up to this level. Then I will proceed. All right. Now, once you have done with this over here, what else we can do? Our data is ready. Everything is ready. Template is ready. Now we have to activate the macro. So being a non-programmer of Excel, if you want to go for macro, then we have to activate a tab called developer. So please confirm on your ribbon tab, you have got developer activated. Is it there? Developer, I'm highlighting. So those who are having, well and great. If you do not have, don't worry, I will tell you how to activate. See, going to the file menu, there is an options over here in the left, go to options. And then there is an option called customize ribbon, one category from the left, customize ribbon. And there are 2 drop-down boxes kind of stops will be there. Towards your right side, you'll be finding a developer option is there, but that checkbox is not activated. So able to see everybody? File, options, customize ribbon, developer, you got to select. And the moment you click OK, with immediate effect, you will be finding same developer tab will be activated. Okay. Now, the moment you go for developer tab, this is the place where all the macro experts, they work to design a form control, to automate a report, to create a macro, everything they do from this only. Now, I'll be giving a little bit awareness of this particular tab is the first option you see called Visual Basic. So this is button, it will take you through the backstage view of your Excel, and this is the place where all the macros you will be recording, you will be customizing, the coding you will be designing, and this is called your window option. This is called module window, and this is called your project window. This is called properties window. This is called toolbar. So this is the backstage view. Okay. So now what we are going to do is over here from this, we'll go to developer. Please go for that. Go to developer. And there is an option over here called macros. Just wait there. Macros button is nothing but this is a inventory, like where all the macros is stored. So whatever the macros you create, or whatever the macros you design, or whatever the macros you copy from the other sources, it will be stored in this. This is called macro inventory or repository. So any point of time, if you want to see a macro, you have to click this macro button. It will show all the list of macros. So since we do not have a macro over here, it is blank. Okay. Now there is another option called record macro. So this is what our most important business topic. So record macro. So anything you want to record in the macro memory, you have to activate this key. So record macro. So please go and click record macro. So once you click record macro, it will take you to a dialog box like this. Okay. Now what it is showing, macro name. You can customize anything as a macro name, but remember, you need to follow a rule. Your macro name cannot be a function name like VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP. You cannot name as a macro. So your macro name, you can define anything, but it should not contain a space also. If you want to maintain more than one word, it should be replaced with underscore. Space has to be replaced with underscore. Then the next option, shortcut keys. To trigger a macro, because macro will not run automatically, you need a switch. So the switch may be the mouse click or a keyboard shortcut or anything to be there as a trigger button to trigger the macro. So if you are not thorough with all the shortcut keys, then I request not to define any kind of shortcut key to invoke that macro command or to trigger that macro command. What will be happening? I'll tell you. Suppose you have defined Control C to run that macro. So Control C default command, what is that? Copy. But going forward, it will not copy. It will always trigger the macro, Control C. So this is the reason why I would suggest not to define the keyboard shortcuts for running the macro. Now, your macro, where you want to store, three options are there. Personal macro workbook. This is what the root folder. This is what very danger zone. Do not ever save any macro file in this zone if you are not a thorough with macro or you are not a macro expert. Because if you store something, it is going to behave odd and you will not catch where the thing has gone wrong. So this is the reason why I would suggest, if you're a beginner, do not play around with this storage area. But yes, what is the storage option is, it is nothing but your root folder. So anything, any macro you are creating, if you store in personal macro workbook, it will be applicable for all the Excel files. Whatever you have created, whatever you are creating, or whatever you're going to create in future. Next one is new workbook. So suppose the macro you are going to create and save in a new workbook. So you can go for new workbook. Now this workbook, suppose your macro execution or the output, whatever you are going to get is very, very limited and it is confined to only particular this workbook, then you can save it in this workbook. So our requirement is lying in this. We want to create a macro only for this workbook. So let's go for this workbook and then click OK. Now hold on, listen to me. Whenever you started the recording, do not leave the Excel window and do the unwanted clicks navigating to unwanted applications. Because if you do so, though you have minimized your Excel window, But going to Outlook, checking the mails, adding the attachments, opening a PowerPoint, again designing a slide, then again you remember, oh, I have started the macro, I should go and finish that work. That you should avoid. You feel that your macro is resumed. No, macro is not stopped or resumed. It is still on. So each and every activity, whatever you are doing in your computer or laptop, it is recorded as a macro memory. So the bottom line is, if you started the recording, do not leave that window unless and until your recording is completed. So now, what's the next step? Let's do that. Going to our data, keep the cursor anywhere in the data set over here in the bottom, this side. Going to data from the ribbon, we have an option called advanced. We have an option called advanced. And if you click that, it will take you to a advanced filter dialog box on the screen. And there the entire data is showing as a list range. So whatever the data we have copied, it is showing as a list range, right? Now, coming to the next is the criteria range. So when I go for the criteria range,
where is the advanced
in data menu, next to filter, advanced will be there.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So you click and automatically it will show you advanced filter dialog box. And in the list range, ensure that this entire data starting from region until last row item 9543 of West Bengal, it is displayed over there in the list range. Okay. Now coming to criteria range. So criteria range will be the column headers, whatever you have pasted, copied and pasted. Along with that, one more blank row you choose. These two row items should be my criteria range. And why the blank range? Because there we are going to define our criteria. That's why we have taken one more row item. So list range and criteria range, is it defined? Okay. Now going to click OK. Going to click OK. Now hold on, listen to me. What we did, we have started the recording. Whatever the advanced filter process we have recorded in the macro memory, action is completed. Now, as per the procedure, we have to stop the recording. And to stop the recording, again, go to Developer tab. Go to Developer tab and over here, stop recording. Stop recording. Okay. So the macro is recorded. So macro part is over. Macro recording part is over. So please confirm all of you have done onto this. After stop recording, please confirm you have done with this. All right. Now, once you have done with this, then our macro window we need to explore. So go to Developer, Visual Basic. The first thing is about Visual Basic, right? Now here you will be finding the windows, as I told you, towards the left side, a project option will be there, VBA project, something will be showing. And there one plus symbol modules will be there, like this. You have to click that plus symbol. Then it will be showing module 1 inside. If you go for double click, it will be showing exactly the recorded macro. So I believe everybody is able to explore this recorded macro. From the left side window, plus symbol modules will be there. If you click the plus symbol, module 1 would be there. Module 1, double click, this window will show the recorded code. And from that, whatever it is showing, don't worry, but it is going to be the common one for everyone. Like starting from range till unique is equal to false. This set of instruction is common for everyone. Rest of things, it depends upon the click and visiting to the unwanted spaces, the coding will be different. But our requirement is lying in these two lines. So you got to select this. Starting from range till false. No unwanted spaces. No unwanted row items you got to select. Now cut it. Control X. Cut it. And what you need to do, where is our data in the project window? Sheet 1. There is a sheet 1 over here in the project window. Just go for double click on the same. And when you go for double click on the sheet window, you can notice there are two drop downs. It comes up over here. First one is showing general. Next one is showing declarations. So from the general window, if you see over here, general window, you got to go for the drop down, choose worksheet. So what is the meaning by choosing worksheet? Because we do not want to apply this macro for the entire workbook. Since we have only one sheet data, we are going to confine the operations in that worksheet. Okay. Now, next drop down automatically changes to selection change. So instead of selection change, go for the drop down, make it as change. Make it as change. So this is the only thing you have to do. And don't change your cursor location. Whatever the code in the previous step, we cut it. Now you paste it. Whatever the code, you cut it in the previous step. Now you paste it. That's it. Your macro customization work is over. So first step, macro recording over. Now macro customization for our workbook is over. And now close this window from the top right corner and see the beauty. The moment you come back to your tool is ready. If you want to see only Karnataka records in the region column, you just type.
1 second. Where do you paste it? I mean, there are two things, right? When you go and change it to worksheet and change.
Wherever default cursor, see, default cursor, first you have changed from general to worksheet. Did you change?
Yes.
In the second drop down, did you change from selection change to change?
Yes.
Then where is the cursor? In the first set of instruction?
Yes.
Paste it. No need to do any
Okay.
changes.
And then just shut it.
Yeah, from now you can close this window, come back to your Excel worksheet and the tool is ready. See, if you go to region, suppose I want to see Karnataka, KAR, enter, all the Karnataka records will be displayed and in the top total will be displayed. Karnataka, you want to find out only more than 5,000 cells. So here in the cells category, define more than symbol 5,000. So Karnataka, more than 5,000, this is what the total. And if you delete all these things, the criteria area, again, the data will be restored. If you want to see a particular product, wherever it starts with, suppose say vanilla. So go for van, all the vanilla powder related records will be there. If I want to see only April month record, what is the sales? This is the April month total will be there. Can you see the beauty, how dynamic it becomes? Yes, people, are you getting the tool working for you? Right. So this is going to help you a lot. Trust me, whenever you maintain one master data, you don't need to keep creating some sub records out of that. On a just click of this criteria, this will be ready. And one more major thing, don't forget, whenever this kind of tool is there, do not forget to save the file as macro enabled workbook. So how to save it? Suppose say I want to save this file. Okay, if I want to save this file, then save as type, you will be getting the option Excel workbook. No, you should go for Excel macro enabled workbook. This is essential. If you do not save in this format, your macro will be lost. So that you have to always remember. Whenever you have a macro recorded or macro enabled workbook, you must save it in this format, not a normal Excel workbook. And these tools will work fine, definitely. All right, people. So how to create a search engine? This I name it as a search engine.